Hi guys, Ian and Matt from footballboost.co.uk. Today we're looking at the latest release from Nike, the Dark Lightning pack. Here it is, and let's jump straight into it. The first boots we're looking at are the Hypervenoms.
Yeah, the Hypervenom Phantom 2, and it is a very powerful colourway, great for the winter season because they are predominantly black. And you've got some Paramount Blue and Electric Green. Is that the colourway Nike have gone for?
Yeah, I think there's like hints of Volt in these ones as well, and we're going to be saying goodbye to the Hypervenom 2s. These are the last ones.
Well, yeah, apparently so. This is actually the last colourway of the Phantom 2s and also the finish because they're going to remodel it for early next year. So this will be the last look of the Phantom 2.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see the design on the side. They've added this kind of slash graphic over the top of the Hypervenom graphic that we're used to, and I think that's kind of the goodbye to this range. That's what
Absolutely.
they're doing, is the detailing.
Never been seen before, but it's quite interesting. Look, it kind of just mixes up the zigzag.
Yeah, I mean, Nike are back again with the black pack. So like we've had like the Techcraft, we've already had the Pitch Dark, and these are a real nice pair of boots for somebody who wants a black pair of boots. And the other really interesting thing about this pack is that this time around with the soft ground versions, we've got
Anti Clog coming up.
Yeah, so these are the sole plates of the firm ground versions, and it has that Hypervenom graphic on the sole again. And here we go, our first look at the Anti Clog. So
I mean, it's a stunning bit of technology. So I mean, if you can afford it, then it's definitely a great option for you. I mean, it does actually work. It's not just a gimmick. Trust us, watch our video.
We've tested it. There's a test on the channel if you guys want to see it. Anti Clog is good stuff. So for winter football, the mud's coming. You're going to need it.
Got some gold studs to match that kind of Volt colourway on the side. So overall, it looks real nice.
Yeah, it does look very nice. Here it is from the side view again.
That's a smart boot.
Yeah, it's a very sharp boot. I mean, you could even maybe black it out if you wanted to. Just take a bit of that out. But no, I think it looks really nice, and I think it's a great way to start this pack. So we're going to talk you through the whole of this Dark Lightning pack, guys. So stay tuned. There's a whole bunch of boots to go, including we also have indoor FootballX versions for each of the main boots. So we're looking at the Anti Clog logo on the back here, and now we're going to jump in and look at the Hypervenom X Proximos.
Real smart. I mean, you'll see the other of the FootballX collection coming up, but I think this is probably my favourite. They go for kind of two predominant colourways. Nice big black predominantly base coat, and you've got the Paramount Blue coming over for that Nike swoosh bordering onto that sole plate and also the zigzag graphic. Real nice looking boot.
It is very nice. It's interesting, you don't get a lot of bright colourways with the FootballX kind of indoor five-side stuff, but this is quite a nice one. Really standing out, that kind of sole of the boot though, really quite bright.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I do like them. I think it's quite a nice release. One of the better kind of FootballX offerings.
Well, I mean, the last one was the Glow Pack, and obviously that was just all over bright colourways, so they've kind of reversed it a little bit, so they've gone for the black, and then it's added pops of it, which is quite nice and subtle.
Yeah, so these will be the last Hypervenom X Proximos you can get in this range as well. We would imagine there'll be a Hypervenom X Proximo 3 in the next release. Here they are looking at the back of them. We'll move on to the sole plate, and also we've got the Hypervenoms. That means we've got finishes.
The finish, my boot. Anyone who watches our videos knows that I'm a massive fan of the finish boots. I've got the Volt colourway, that was just spark brilliant, but I actually quite like this, especially if you are coming into that winter season. It is a great option for you. They're not going to get too dirty, which is the best thing.
We don't have a lot of pictures of these at the moment. You can see that the graphic does kind of go over more of the boot, seems to dominate it a little bit more.
It goes over that back, yeah, it's really nice.
Alright, let's move on to another range, and we are looking at the Magista Obras.
I mean, it's just that heat map graphic. I don't not like it, but I just, with the Techcraft, I really liked how it was just completely black.
Okay, like I say, I don't like it. I'd be quite happy if you could just black out this whole heat map area. I think the way that they put the dynamic fit collar on these actually looks really sharp.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, it just looks really premium, having the two kind of colours knitted together. It looks very plush.
But yeah, the heat map graphic, I'm just not a massive fan of it. But the rest of the boot looks good, and that's the looks of the boot. Performance and functionality wise, it's actually a very good boot.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Kevin De Bruyne, players like that will be seen wearing them.
Yeah, it's a good looking boot. I mean, it's just that heat map graphic that lets it down slightly.
Yeah, it looks good at the back. I mean, the blue looks good here too. It's just a shame that that heat map graphic is going to be on every Magista Obra that we see throughout the whole range, like the Hypervenom graphic we were seeing on the Hypervenoms. Sole plate looks pretty good. It's got the rotational traction there at the front.
And a bit of touch of crimson as well for that
just
kind of
a
360 degree rotation.
Colour there, yeah. So. Now we're looking at the SG Pro with the Anti Clog.
The Anti Clog, yes, as again, if you are coming into the winter season and the pitches are becoming quite wet and muddy, it's a great option for you. It's really interesting how the Anti Clog works. It's dry to touch when it's like this, but when you add some water to it, it almost goes a bit kind of slimy, and it just means that the mud will just slide off.
Yeah, so that sliminess is kind of helping the mud slide off. It was the Magista Obras that we tested in the original Anti Clogs. There you go, and that's what we have on screen there. So
very clever.
Yeah, it's a nice release. Let's look at the Opus.
No, I don't really want to look at the Opus. I don't think it looks great at all.
Should we skip through pretty quickly? We've got some more boots to get to soon. Let's move on. Yeah, the massive pimples popping out the side.
I mean, the Techcraft was so good. The Techcraft actually on the Opras was a lot like the Opera 2 because it was actually kind of encased into that leather upper itself. But as we can see on this Dark Lightning pack, they're actually exposed again, and it doesn't look great.
I mean, to some extent, apart from the pimples, this colourway actually I perhaps prefer over the Opera because the blue is radiating over more of the boot.
Yeah, it makes
so
it
almost is more of a blue boot. Actually, is a little bit better. It's just the fact that those pimples are exposed.
It doesn't look good.
And you've got your crimson on your sock liners there as well. Here they are from the back. So the other boot we're going to see in this range is the Proximo for the Magistas.
Yeah.
And they've changed it up a little bit, so it's not got the blue on it this time.
No, it's really nice. This has got the kind of crimson colourway, the crimson borders, the swoosh, and also that sole plate. That's the turf variation, but they've also got the indoor as well.
Yeah.
But it's really nice. I think if I had to play small-sided football, this will probably be my pick for it because it's a good boot and good colourway.
It has very much a pitch dark look to it.
Yeah, very much so.
Just they switch the colours around.
Very stealth looking.
They've got the blues in the sock liners on the Magista logo at the back, as you can see there. It's a pretty nice boot with the Lunarlon sole, I think.
Lunarlon sole is a good sole.
Yeah. Alright, so another one of the boots. A few more to go. We're looking at the Tiempo Legends.
Tiempo Legend 6, and probably my favourite Legend 6 colourway so far. Some of the Legend 6 colourways since it's been remodelled have been a bit strange with the kind of clear jade colours going on, but this is very traditional, black, red and white, looks really good together. A couple of pops of Volt, but overall it's a really slick looking colourway and something that I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of a classic look for the Tiempo, going back to those kind of black leather boots rather than these kind of bright blues or greens and all these things which don't necessarily make a lot of sense on a leather boot. So yeah, it looks very nice. It looks nice from the back there as well.
Yeah.
And the other thing with the sole plates is you can get the FG version, and it's got that big Tiempo logo on the sole.
Nice,
one of them. Looks quite nice. And then the other ones we're looking at is the SG Pro Anti Clogs, which these are a great boot, and they're like, I think we said to you before, they're the cheapest way you can get an Anti Clog pair of boots.
For sure.
You don't have to, because all the other ones that come with the collar, and these ones don't, so they're going to come in at the cheapest price point for Anti Clog, and these will be a great choice for you're kind of playing high level Sunday league as such, and then this is what you want.
Yeah, exactly right, and those kind of Volt stud tips kind of go well with the Volt touches on the boot as well, so it does look really nice, and it is a great boot for kind of non-league footballers.
Now we changed the colours up a bit here. This is the Tiempo X Proximos.
Yeah, so instead of having the red, the crimson, they've gone for Volt all over. So they've got the black base coat and then Nike swooshes bordered by the Volt, that same kind of external heel counter, and then on that sole as well.
I don't actually mind these. I mean, like Nike love their black and Volt, and it's come across quite nicely.
It's a trademark look for Nike, and I mean they kind of nailed it with his Tiempo X Proximo.
Yeah, so Tiempo X Proximo is a good little indoor boot, and it's a good option.
K-leather upper?
I assume so, yeah, because they had a Leggerier on some of the other main releases, but normally you get K-leather on the Tiempo 6s. Here's the sole of those. Right guys, so we've got one more kind of range of boots to look at. You probably know already that it's going to be the Mercurials. So let's jump in and take a look at those. Boom, here we go. We're going to start off with the
Nike Mercurial Vapor 11s. And the most unique thing about this is that they've got the electric green and paramount blue come together for that pinstripe effect for the horizontal ridges. I'm not going to say it looks bad, but I'm not a fan of it. How about you?
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it necessarily looks good. It's not one of those boots where you're like, oh, that'd be a good one for a blackout. Yeah, I mean, it's just the design that they're using on the Mercurial line, so you kind of have to expect it. They're not going to change it for the whole generation. Which is interesting because now Nike have decided to do this with the hypervenom graphic, or with the heat map on the Magista, or with the pinstripe kind of lines that they've got on the Mercurials. If they decide on a design pattern, they're using it all the way through, but if you don't like that design pattern, then you don't like that whole generation.
I mean, you've got pitch dark, that's your only option, because it's going to be predominantly black. And it's a shame because the black base coat on this Vapor 11 actually looks really nice. It's a shame with the graphic.
The sole plate. But it's interesting because they can't get away from it. So this is the indoor version, which is without the pinstripe effects, and gives you a good idea of what it would look like without it.
And it looks good.
Yeah, apart from that massive green foam sole.
I mean, for small-sided football, we're going to get a lot of touches, especially on the instep. We can't really understand why it is so kind of big on there. It's almost going to get in the way of kind of your first touch and passing, so I don't really understand it, but it does look quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, the colourway itself is nice, but it's just that green bit just kind of too big and stand out at the back for me. A lot of people would like them. So obviously we've got one boot to look at, one boot left. You guys will know what it is, and I will tell you now that it's the Superfly.
Superfly 5, it is a great boot. It is so responsive, I can't keep stressing it enough. It is the most responsive boot in the market, no doubt. Lots of lockdown, and also that new stud configuration is unbelievable. It really is good. And I think it's one of my favourite colourways of the Superfly 5 because it's kind of half and half design. You can't really see it as much.
Yeah, it's not as oppressive as on the Vapor 11 where everything gets smashed in together, and they haven't done too much of the blue on this side, so it doesn't look too bad. I think the main issue is when you look at it from a top-down position, and then you can see both, but when you're not looking at it in that way, then it's okay. Now, there is no anti-clog of these because they can't do it with a layered nylon chassis. So that's it for this pack, guys. Let us know which one your favourite is. Was it the Mercurial, the Tiempo, the Hypervenom, the Magista? Vote in the poll card now. Otherwise, go check out one of our other recent videos just right here. Thanks for watching. Go enjoy your football.